Be careful what you wish for because it can become a reality.
Yeah. The Untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, this is the official post-fight review for Jack Catterall versus Josh Taylor 2, the rematch. And the result of the fight is a wide, unanimous decision for Jack Catterall, which, by the way, I didn't agree with the scorecard. So I actually had the fight. I had it a draw, but I could have seen 7 rounds to 5 either way, 115, 113 either way. There was a lot of swing rounds in the fight. But listen, justice was served for what happened 2 years ago. As Eddie Hearn eloquently stated in the post-fight interview, you know, Jack Catterall gets the decision over Josh Taylor after being robbed of glory and being the undisputed champion. And Jack Catterall, he can now say what Lennox Lewis can say, and he can now say what Juan Francisco Estrada can say, which is the fact that even though he's got a loss on his record, every man he's ever fought in the ring, under the lights, has tasted defeat. Everyone he's ever fought, he's defeated, right? So nobody ever got one over on good old Jack Catterall. But nonetheless, as far as the fight, it was a really just interesting fight because I thought, especially early on, Josh Taylor's defense was extremely leaky. Jack Catterall was peppering him with jabs at will. And that overhand left he kept throwing over and over and over again. Josh Taylor kept dropping his left hand down, so it allowed Catterall to just find a home for that overhand left over and over again. But then, right in the middle rounds of the fight, I felt like Catterall's legs, he wasn't moving around as much. And then Taylor started to close that gap. And the minute he started to close that gap, you saw that spiteful, angry Scotsman started to come out. And he was landing a lot of nice little shots to the body and taking some gas out the tank of Jack Catterall, which is why, as we progressed down the stretch, you saw Jack Catterall fighting in spurts a lot more. And there were some rounds where Josh would absolutely just win clearly. But then there were rounds where Jack Catterall would literally, he'd be losing the round, and then he just have like 30 to 40 seconds of just brilliance putting together these ridiculous combinations. I'm talking about like jab, straight left hand, uppercut, jab, left hand, right hook. I mean, it was just all kinds of combinations from him. And a lot of those punches I just named were landing. They were beautiful combinations, clean, effective punches. So I feel like that's what got him the win, was the clean, effective punches that he would land in those spots that he decided to fight in, and then the early rounds where he was outboxing Josh Taylor. But truthfully, really and truthfully, I thought it was a draw. It could have been 7-5 either way. This is one of those times where I actually wouldn't mind a trilogy, which is crazy because I didn't even care about this fight coming in. But it was so good and their styles meshed so well that I think they should do a rematch. Now, the only way they shouldn't do a rematch is if Eddie Hearn gets Jack Catterall a fight with the Super Matias Leopardo winner for the IBF title straight away. That's it. If you're gonna go fight Prograis or Hitchens, then that's a no-go with me. If it's not Matias or a world or another champion, then I think Catterall and Taylor gotta do the rematch, and they gotta do the rematch either at 147 or in between 147 and 144, so that Josh Taylor can be at his best, and so that Catterall could be at his best too, and so that and put it in Saudi Arabia. It needs to be in Saudi Arabia on a big undercard. Pay them both nicely. I've enjoyed both fights. Pay them both nicely, and let that one be for all the marbles. So it's 1-1 now. The decision is good for business, and it was a great fight. So we'll see how it goes. Josh Taylor, all you guys know, anybody who's watched me for any amount of years knows I'm like probably the biggest Josh Taylor fan in America. I'm still the president of the Josh Taylor USA fan club. I'm still picking Josh Taylor against the field. That's a catchphrase I got. But nah, man. Being honest here for a second, as much as I like Josh Taylor has definitely lost some steps. Staying at 140 this long has taken something out of him that he doesn't have anymore. And I think, really and truthfully, if they can get this fight in Saudi Arabia under the circumstances I just named, then he needs to go ahead and call it a career. He has nothing left to prove. He's one of the greatest 140 pounders of all time. He's a undisputed champion. He definitely had his moment in time. People will always remember Josh Taylor as the first undisputed Scottish fighter since the great and incomparable R.I.P. to him, Ken Buchanan. He's right up there with Ken Buchanan, right? But everyone has their time, and he's had his, and I just think that we've already seen the best of Josh Taylor, unfortunately. But yeah, Catterall either needs to be in a world title fight next or do the trilogy fight with Josh Taylor, and that's how I'm coming. That's what I believe. The highlight of everything was Bob Arum, man. Bob Arum was pissed. Bob Arum's been having it rough. He's been having a tough go at the office. Last week Fury gets beat up by Usyk. This week Taylor loses to Catterall, and he said, those scorecards were ridiculous. I will never let an American fighter, fight with the British Boxing Board of Control. I will never let an American fighter do that. But nonetheless, another day, another interesting moment in time in box history, and I was glad. I was so happy to document it with you guys on live. So shout out to everyone that joined the live, that left comments, that super chatted, that subscribed, all that good stuff. And I really do appreciate everyone just continuing to show the support for the channel. And shout out to Jack Catterall for rewriting his wrongs and doing what he needed to do. And much respect to him. And shout out to Josh Taylor, one of boxing's true warriors, one of my favorite fighters of this era. So yeah, leave your comments down below. What did you guys score? Did any of you guys score for Josh Taylor? Did any of you guys have the exact scorecards as the judges? Or do any of you guys agree with me? I had it a draw. So drop your scorecards down below. Let me know what you guys want to see next for Catterall and Taylor. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. I'm at the Boxing Hall of Fame out here in Canterbury, New York. And for more great boxing content just like this video, make sure you click and subscribe right over here.